Game one?
Let's do it.
All right. So game one of the top four, Vizard v KingK. Now, KingK we know is running the double giant skeleton decks.
Oh my
This
God.
one is the Hog Rider Lumberjack version as opposed to the Sparky Zap one that's going to come a little later.
Yes.
Let's go ahead. We haven't actually put Hog Rider up here once,
Oh
I
my
don't think.
God. If KingK102 wins, Sparky will have won a Super Magical Cup tournament, and KingK102 will be the...
And Giant Skeleton, too. Like, Giant Skeleton's never won. Actually, you know what?
Goblin Barrel's never won either.
Is this the first ever appearance of a Giant Skeleton in the top four? It might be. Even going back to season one. I don't know if anyone's ever...
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
And Vizard, though, but Vizard has some good matchups here. Vizard has Bowler in his deck that's going to really crush the guards, the Lumberjack, the Hog, right? Those three cards are all very weak to Bowler. So it's going to be a challenge for KingK to try to get those cards away from the Bowler, right? Neither side have Minor. Vizard doesn't have Poison, so it's going to be hard for him to attack the enemy collectors, but an advantage for Vizard is that he can play his Ice Spirit and Skeletons, the double one-cost cards, and probably cycle collectors very quickly.
Yes. Let us see. Let's see how this game plays out. KingK102 has been on a tear.
I can't remember. Has Nader's top forward before? I know he's top 8, but like I can't remember if Nader's top forward with Giant Skeleton. I know he top forward, but I can't remember if it was with Giant Skeleton when he did.
I don't think with Giant Skeleton.
I'm not sure. Well, either way,
think so.
certainly Giant Skeleton's number 1. Sparky is number 1. Sparky has made a top 4 appearance before on the back of Trainer Nick's decks.
Yeah, but KingK102 is steadily looking to break that record. I want KingK102 to win so badly.
I know the chat is even split down the middle because a lot of people mention that Vizard is a 2-time finalist, and a lot of people want him to finally break through. Oh, the Ice Spirit hit the Mini P.E.K.K.A. That's really unfortunate, but that's a great placement against the Giant Skeleton because on the back side the Mini P.E.K.K.A. can run away.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think the Ice Spirit freeze and it's going to be a zap now. The freeze survives. And the extra damage made that Mini P.E.K.K.A. counter push not work. If the Mini P.E.K.K.A. had dodged that Ice Spirit, I think he would have counterattacked for some damage.
Nice. Stops the Lumberjack.
Just as we called it, Vizard already has his second pump out with the first one at half health because he has 2 separate 1-cost cards that he can use to cycle back. Oh no, though! 3-cost minions!
Nice. Zap Ice Spirit, 3 for 3, and this opens up the Giant to do a lot of damage, and there's nothing to stop it.
Still great defense, though. I like the guards surrounding you. You minimize the amount of damage the Bowler is doing, but you're right that, like, oh my God, the Giant is still attacking the tower. What do you do?
Yeah.
And Vizard are using that elixir advantage to keep pushing on the other side. Now he's starting a split push.
Oh my God, KingK102 is getting dunk-a-dunked. I don't think I've seen a dunk so hard since what's-his-face did that to Woody. God, I can't remember now.
It was, oh God, I don't remember. It was a Darth Jar Jar.
Darth Jar Jar, yes, the 3 Musketeers.
They were clanmates, though, to be fair.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Ow! Oh, I thought that was a. Oh, I thought that was a
right.
bomb.
This could not have started off for KingK's first top 4 appearance. This could not have started off any uglier, right? With a minute 10 to go, he's already down a tower, and his second tower is looking very, very shifty. So we'll see what happens here. I think he's going to want to get some more practice because he's going to have to beat. Oh, actually, this Giant Bowler deck might be out, right? If Wizard wins with it, it's out. But KingK, I don't know. Does he want to keep showing off all the cards in his deck? Like, it might even be worth it just to let him sweep you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, a good player could always just go back and look at the history, but yeah, you're right. If you want to keep information, just let it happen.
Ooh, not looking good.
Yeah, I think this is rough. KingK102 knows it's done. I don't think
I think we're gonna go ahead and save a little time and put Vizard up 1-0 in this match. Ooh.
Yeah, 25 seconds to take down 2 almost max health towers.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a single combination of Clash Royale cards that can do that in the next 15 seconds. But good news for KingK is that while Vizard is up a game, that Giant Bowler deck is out off the list, right? Take it out, throw it away. Oh wait, yeah. So I can't remember what Vizard's second deck was. Well, it'll be interesting to see if KingK sticks with his other deck or not. KingK does stick with the Hog Rider Giant Skeleton version. So
and I mean, looking at these matches today, I actually think KingK102's deck is fantastic at destroying these minor Inferno Tower defensive decks.
Why is that? Because I was going to say, looking at it, I think Vizard actually has the advantage because he's now playing a super defensive deck against one of these attacky decks. So what are you seeing that I'm not seeing here?
I think the fact that the Lumberjack the giant skeleton and the Hog Rider can blitz towards the Inferno Tower and eliminate that as an option, especially if you put units in front to defend the Inferno Tower. They're still got to walk into that giant skeleton bomb, and then you have the Hog Rider that supersedes all of that and just goes straight to doing damage on the tower. I think all of those combined means that all of a sudden, really, your Inferno Tower is not the mainstay of pulling units away from your Crown Towers anymore, because it gets eliminated in one push, and then the second push that happens, now you don't have that option, and then what are you left with? You have a Bowler that can push away Hog Riders, but the Giant Skeleton doesn't really get moved. The Lumberjack moves really fast and can actually turn the Bowler around pretty quickly. I mean, I think there's a lot of options for KingK102 to push in, and he still has poison to chip damage away.
Yeah, and even if just like the giant skeleton is what draws all of the Inferno Tower aggro, that lets a Hog Rider just slip right under and get into the tower.
Yes.
I'm excited about the match. You've actually kind of convinced me. I thought this might be hugely in favor of Vizard, but I get what you're saying. We've already seen King K beat one of these decks in the earlier rounds, doing kind of what we talked about, right? Slipping hogs through, building up the giant skeleton pushes behind his King Tower. I think if King K has been researching his opponent, he should know this is Inferno Tower deck. I think this is smart. Go early, because he might not have the Inferno Tower in his opening hand. Right? If there's ever a time to do it, this is the time to do it. He only got a little bit of damage through, but I think that was strategically the smart thing to do. Yes. And now there's not an Inferno Tower.
Yeah, and the Inferno Tower's positioning was atrocious, right?
Yeah. King K, though, a little elixir advantage for it. He may not realize it, but he is 2 elixir ahead. Opts to go and play that collector early. Smart placement in the middle there so that miner can't come at him.
Yes. And now if Vizard wants to play the collector, you have to notice that KingK102, because he played the collector first and it's a long time, he's actually going to get the pump and allow him to punish even harder the collector that Vizard is playing.
Yeah.
So it's not even a handshake anymore. It's like KingK102 extends his hand, and then Vizard goes to shake it, and KingK102 sucker punches him.
Yeah, and I don't like it. Yeah. Okay, so that's a 7 elixir push there for Vizard. He's got kind of a split push coming down. Oh no, actually I think this lumberjack with
you
the
need to play the Inferno, but it's too late.
Oh, this is what we're talking about. Get in there, and the guards are up there, and the bowler can't actually target him. Look, the hog's going.
Is that close enough to explode the collector?
Oh, it's a good point. Is it? I don't know.
Oh my god, look at the damage.
The tower's down. King K takes the tower early on, and I don't think the bomb is going to reach the collector. It does.
Oh.
Wow. I'm wrong. They are right, though. He was able to put... I really like his cycle early, because he spent Hog, Guard, Ice Spirit right off the start. That's 8 elixir off the bat, but it forces opponent to kind of spend all 10 of his elixir trying to defend it, and that allowed King K to get to his collector while not giving his opponent a time to play their own collector.
Absolutely. Lumberjack gets played, but this is too little too late, and what's interesting is now he can play giant skeletons in an aggressive spot. That's so little space you have.
You're right, and he can even play it on top of the Inferno Tower if he really needs to. He's got the guards there already, and the rage comes down, so the guards are just on it right away.
Watch out, that giant skeleton is getting dangerously close to stuff, and there's a Hog Rider that just passes by everything. Giant skeleton is walking up.
Still walking. Oh my god, he's close enough. The rage seems really key to this deck, and the bomb goes off again!
Every single time. KingK102.
Minor note, I don't know if I'd put the collector in the middle anymore if I'm King K. Put it on the top left corner, I think, but these are minor issues, because I think King K has a massive advantage with only 30 seconds to go. Although he could lose this tower here, there's still a chance, because if that right tower goes down and Vizard can just play some really expert defense, maybe, but no, that's already... That poison and Ice Spirit alone is enough to kill it.
Yes. Oh my goodness, KingK102 with the giant skeleton making it happen. There's the second tower. Bomb gets dropped in somewhere not important, but it's already too little too late for Vizard.
Right. King K is my hero right now, because I have yet to see a deck that can consistently beat these minor Inferno control super defensive grindy decks, and it seems like King K might have cracked the mystery, right? This deck seems uniquely positioned to just wreck like, I'm gonna be slow, I'm gonna build up, I'm gonna put an Inferno Tower down. That deck seems to be able to crush through your Inferno Towers very, very well.
It's very interesting to me that somebody in chat says King K is winning because he had a collector at the start. That's absolutely not the case. He played 3 cards a cycle.
That's true. He didn't have a collector at the start.
Even if he did, there's very little RNG that will make it so that you cannot get your collector in 3 cycles, in 3 cards. That's practically going through your whole deck.
And I think he knew it too. I mean, I don't think that was like a lucky accident thing. I think that was a strategic decision. He says, I don't see a collector in my opening hand. It's not in my 5th card either, so I'm not going to go like Ice Spirit, okay, collector. He's like, I see I have 5 cards. The best hogs are the first hogs, and if you know he's an Inferno Tower deck, you want to try to do that 1,000 damage on the first push before he's got his cycle set up, so that later on you can just poison your way to victory or get another hog push in or whatever.
And what a lot of people need to realize is that low-cost cards are actually so great at cycling. Even if you don't see, you know you have 4 cards, and then you know the 5th, right? And so really, you know exactly what your card list is going to be if you play Ice Spirit Guards. That's 4 Elixir, and you already know the rest of your deck.
Right.
You know? And so it's very easy to identify what your cycle is going to be.
Now, with both players in Game 3, the critical Game 3 determine who goes to the finals, both players are playing their alternate deck. Vizard has the same, minor Inferno control deck. I kind of think now he's in a really good advantage because, well, KingK's deck is much more of the traditional giant bowler sort of setup. It's obviously a lot more high-risk cards. Giant Skeleton's more high-risk, high-reward than Giant is, and Sparky's more high-risk, high-reward than Bowler. And what the hell, Lumberjack's more high-risk, high-reward than Mini P.E.K.K.A. But I think that because this deck follows a much more standard game plan of like, I'm going to put 12 plus Elixir in a lane and kind of push down, kind of favors Vizard now. But then again, I could be wrong, right?
Yes.
Like KingK, I'm sure, is built with this deck in mind. Let me update these featured cards.
Goblin Barrel.
I kind of want to see Sparky make a final. Sparky's made the top 4, I think, more than once.
I want to see Sparky and Goblin Barrel and Giant Skeleton win.
The key thing here is going to have to be Ye Old Inferno Tower.
Ye Old Inferno Tower. But KingK102 seems very, very well versed in defeating Inferno Towers. So let me make sure that this is the game that we're watching. This is game 1, game 2. Okay, cool. All right, I nearly messed it up. All right, we're good.
Whew. And Collector in Vizard's opening hand, but not in KingK's hand. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. I think Vizard probably wants to play in the middle. Assuming he knows it's a Goblin Barrel deck because he's looked at KingK's decks from the prior rounds. I think it's a good punish. You go in with 9 Elixir to try to stop it. The Giant Skeleton doesn't die to the Bowler, neither does the minions, right? And with the... Actually, wow, that Giant Skeleton has a lot of health left.
Oh my god, and the barrel! You have a zap!
Ooh, that's
too close.
He does! He gets there! Wow, and you think about it because Bowler does so little damage and doesn't knock back.
That's like some 900 damage.
It's
for
a
that
lot.
bomb.
Yeah.
That's so much damage, actually. That's insane.
So KingK, despite actually, he's a little behind in Elixir because they have about the same Elixir, but there's a pump out for Vizard, so they both get an Elixir Collector out. A little bit of an Elixir advantage for Vizard, but he's really going to have to convert that advantage into damage on the enemy towers in order to even this game up. Because right now, as is, he might be able to die just from random Goblin Barrels and poisons and kind of stuff like that.
KingK102. God, he's just playing his cards so effectively right now.
And that's one of the major strategic advantages of playing a homebrew deck as opposed to a meta deck is that
Mind game?
you pull things off that other people just don't even know that that's what you can do, right?
Yes. Rage Giant Skeleton is going to be walking really fast. Oh, I think it's Rage.
I don't think it hits the tower.
Yeah, you might be right.
But it does
one
get the bullet.
That was so close.
Yeah, you're right though. But that was not very many steps away.
That was the Usain Bolt of Giant Skeletons. Jeez.
Surprising amount of, what do you think is going to happen next week when Rage only costs 2 Elixir?
Oh my
A lot of these deck ideas, like we've seen the Raged P.E.K.K.A.s and the Raged... Oh my god! the Poison Guards is good because the slower attacking tower has to take some damage there. And we said that he had to convert his Elixir advantage into some sort of damage, and look at that, we have it here. There's no zap, and he did have zap, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But there we're tied up again. And actually, Vizard has more pumps out because...
Yes. He's been focusing on placing the pumps down.
Yeah.
Now what's really interesting to me is identifying if that was just a cycle Goblin Barrel or like what was the idea of the Goblin Barrel behind there. Now we know that there's no immediate zap for the Sparky, but it's very easy, as you see, for Vizard to cycle back to the zap.
Yep.
But likewise, it's very easy for King to cycle back to the tower
Or
the barrel.
Oh, you got a Rage coming down though for this Giant Skeleton, and I think that...
Oh, he zapped! Oh no! You zapped!
So the Bear goes
363?
Oh, and it shoots the Miner behind!
But the Giant Skeleton...
Right side. But that's the side you don't really care so much about because we're going into overtime here in 30 seconds. It's going to do how much? 1898?
Interesting, he's constantly playing the Giant Skeleton on the right side, I think because he wants to make sure
Defensive.
that... Yes, he wants to make sure he's defending anything coming down the right lane. The instant you put the Giant Skeleton there, if you commit any troops, most of them are going to be exploded by the bomb. He knows that the health level on the left side is so low.
The Miner's going though, and the Sparky takes too long to warm up.
There's no zap! There's no zap on hand. The Goblin Barrel couldn't do it. The one Goblin in the back.
Oh, it's got 67 health left. There's zap left. 67 is the exact amount of damage. That was an exact win. Oh my god. I was like, 67 is the exact number. That's the number.